Children's Psychiatric Hospital in Drogheda. I'm being detained here against my will in contravention of the United Nations Protocol in relation to a family dispute. My civil liberties are being abused. I'm being threatened and forced to take medication against my will. They have refused to contact the courthouse confirming what I'm saying. They have refused to contact Garda McCooey, who will confirm what I'm saying is
James,
true.
let me ask you something. What's today's date?
Today's date is the 20th of April 2022.
And who's the head of state in Ireland?
Who's the head of state in Ireland?
Well, no, just who's the current one that everyone believes is?
Well, under the Land Commission...
No, I don't want that, James, right now. Who's the head of state right now?
Higgins, President Higgins.
Okay, and where do you live? What's your address?
James's Ranch and Runway, Preston Hills, Stamullen County.
Okay, and are you in the legal dispute sort of with your brother over that? They're trying to get you out of your house, right? They've broken in?
Yeah, that's true, yeah. And they've smashed my windows and they attacked me further to reporting them for being pedophiles.
Okay, so if they get you out of your house now and commit you, they can go in right now and take your home. And
correct.
Yeah, talk about that. I mean, if you're out of the way, they've been trying to lock you out of it, right? What is going on with that?
Well, they're trying to steal my home by saying I'm crazy, which is they're known for this here.
Okay, and who is that? Your brother? What's his name? Who's behind?
John Carey.
John Carey. Who believes they own that home right now?
Well, I own that home.
But who believes? Who's trying to get you out of it?
John Carey.
Okay. So, who arrested you? Why? How did they arrest you?
Garda Bryan. I called Garda Bryan in Ashburn Garda Station for help, and Garda Bryan arrested me because he does not want me to reign as Ree over the Land Commission.
All right. Those political things can be handled later, but when he arrested you, where were you? Give me some of the details.
I was on my property and I was stopping people digging into my property because there are dead people buried in those fields. I called the police to have them removed. Garda Bryan made it very clear that he did not want me to be head of the Land Commission or so he's abused my civil liberties and put me into a nut house to discredit me and to damage my good name.
Okay, now when he arrested you, you were actually on your property? Where were you?
I was on my property in Stamullen in County Meath, where my grandmother and grandfather and father were last century.
Okay, so you weren't trespassing. Is this where your house is again?
Yes, that is true, Tony.
So you called him, they came out and arrested you? Who called the police?
I called the police, but that is their pattern of abuse. They arrested me on a number of occasions when I called them for help. On Garda Síochána and Ashburn are abusing their power because they hate me and they do not want me to be the Ree.
Okay.
Or the king.
Tell me why you think you are okay right now and you shouldn't have been arrested. I mean, what is the... I know as a friend, it feels like it's because someone is trying to take your physical property to me, your home, and it's a fight about financials, and it seems to be that way. But what do you think in terms of if they arrested you now, what position does this put you in with your home, with your physical home that you have to go back to?
Further to reporting child abuse, they're trying to make me homeless, they're trying to take my health, they're trying to damage my good name because I spoke up in the public interest about child protection. And as a result, the pedophile community hate me, and the pedophiles in Garda Síochána are trying to make me homeless because they're supporting my biological brother, who's an offending pedophile in Australia.
Thank you. But when they physically arrested you, you were on your own property, and was anybody else there? Was anybody else there?
I was there. There were trespassers digging fields and disturbing the rights of the dead.
Okay.
So I called the police to vindicate the rights of the dead. I also called the county coroner, the Garda commissioner, and a number of other people in Dundalk courthouse to verify the decision of the court on the 4th of April of this month, where Judge Berkeley confirmed me as being Garda Brian ignored all of that because he's got a personal vendetta and a personal hatred, and he said himself he supports my father. My father is an offending pedophile, and he supports my brother, who's also an offending pedophile. So I'm not a pedophile, they are pedophiles, and the Gardaí are supporting pedophiles because they're abusing their power.
I see it so, as a financial thing for them to get you off your home too, but there's something else. Like, if they're trying to dig in a place where you've reported that there's dead bodies, it sounds like they might be trying to go in there and get the bodies out, so that if you're digging and some people come in and find them, they'll be gone. They'll be safe. They should not be allowed to dig there.
I would agree with that.
Okay, so give me anything. I don't know how to prove that you're okay right now in terms of you shouldn't have been arrested. In terms of they arrested you. What did they say? What was the charge?
I have been brought to a nut house basically because they're trying to damage and discredit me. I don't even think there was a charge. He just took me to a psychiatric ward, where I think the idea is, who'll believe James now because we've put him into a lunatic asylum,
right,
and he can't get out. So that means that the children who were abused in my community won't be believed because I'm not believed.
So have you asked them to release you?
Yes, and they have refused. I am being detained here illegally, and I'm quite distressed at this conduct.
Okay, I'm going to stop the tape from now on and just talk to you for a second, unless you want to say anything.
I've 1% battery left, Tony. It could go at any time.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop this and save it. Hold on. Stop.